I want to start with Rob Wright, though, because this is a guy, big-time point guard, had flashes this season at Baylor where he looked like one of the best players in the Big 12, was a little bit up and down, had moments where he wasn't necessarily the most consistent player in the world, but he has proven himself worthy of some of the ridiculous offers in the portal right now. The name that he's being linked with the most is BYU, but I've heard Villanova because of his Philly ties. I've heard Florida because of what they've just seen happen with Walter Clayton Jr. I've heard North Carolina because they are obviously looking for a point guard in that spot. What can you tell us about Robert Wright and his recruitment right now?
So this is bananas, Rob. Bananas, what happened. I mean, he's signed with Baylor. Like, this was done to go back to Baylor. Done, per my sources. And I don't know how it got to the point it did, but, I'm told there was some – and this is how it works, right? Even if you sign now, people are going to try to flip you. And I'm not saying a specific school did this, but there's stuff out there where people are hitting your guy, mentors, AU coaches, whatever, and throwing out a bigger number than 1.5. And that's what happened. And these other schools got involved at this point, and you can't blame them because the number right now is about $3 million. $3 million.
Yeah. And
the favorite, he's going to visit BYU Friday, per my sources. And if all goes well, Rob Wright will join and be the point guard for AJ DeMonza. And he'll be the point guard for a team that, frankly, has enough coming back and, number 1, 2, 3 incoming freshmen in the country. And this is a guy, think about it, he's played with Cooper Flagg in high school, Rob Wright. He's played with VJ Edgecombe as a freshman at Baylor, and now he's going to play with AJ DeMonza, who has as high upside as any freshman in the entire country. So this is a BYU team that is going to absolutely have all the pieces. I would expect, barring something crazy, I would expect Rob Wright to be a BYU Cougar as early as this weekend.
So the potential of adding Rob Wright to a team that includes AJ DeMonza, Richie Saunders, Kava Keita, and the Boscovich coming back. Looks like Yegor Demon is probably going to end up heading to the league. But there's a lot of talent on this roster, a lot of shooting on this roster, and I think that Robert Wright is a guy where he averaged 12 points and 4.5 assists last season at Baylor. That is a really, really good pickup for BYU if it does end up coming to fruition. But the one thing I do want to touch on too is you mentioned that he signed. That is absolutely not the first time that I've heard a situation where a player had agreed to a deal coming back and then turned around and ended up looking for more. I do think that one way.
Okay, Rob, hold on. So I want to ask you this because, again, when you sign a contract, what are the repercussions for the player? How does it lock the player? It really doesn't. The players have all the leverage in this right now, and this is reason number one. This is indication number one. You could sign a contract, and it doesn't mean shit. The player can just go out and, again, if they've gotten paid some money already, they probably have to give back that money. But ultimately, there's nothing that binds the player to the school. And in this case, again, I can't say I blame Rob Wright at all. You just doubled your money. I would do the same damn thing. It's just crazy how there's
You know what? I Scott Drew would be upset about it, but I promise you, Scott Drew understands the value of.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
What can you say? Yeah. What can you say? Like, he's going to double the salary. Like, what can you say? There's not much that you can say. Like, my biggest question is, if you're paying AJ what it sounds like they're going to pay AJ, and you're paying Rob Wright what it sounds like they're going to pay Rob Wright, you also have to pay Richie Saunders. Like, I know, like they have. We talk about some of these teams spending like $8-10 million. Like that might be $10 million right there on 3 players. Yeah, like that might be $10 million on 3 players.
6, 5. Yeah, it is. No, that's $10 million on 3 players. That's exactly what it is. That's $10 million on 3 players for BYU. So, you'd expect BYU, they got to fill out the roster here. I mean, they're probably going to pay $15 million. And could that be number one? Yeah, it might not be at the end of the day. Like, who knows? I mean, Texas Tech, JT Toppin made in the neighborhood of 4. And Christian Anderson, from what I'm told, made about 2. So there you go, 2 players that are $6 million. They got FU money too. It's crazy right now because, and we've talked about this before, we don't need to rehash it, but because all the teams need to pay these guys before July 1st, before rev share comes in. And that's why they're front loading all this with no cap.
Yep.